Tonight we have the first reveals of the Crossover Breaker archetype Raizeol, and Crossover Breaker is the next deck build pack that we're going to be seeing over the course of the next couple months. So let's get into it and let's see what this new Exceed deck does. So first off, we have Sword Raizeol. It's a Fire Thunder effect monster, level 4 with 1500 attack, 200 defense, and you can only special summon this card with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you have a Raizeol monster on your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except rank 4 Exceed monsters. And if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one light Pyro monster from your deck to your hand. Very good, it's a starter, it's an extender. But the only downside about this deck is going to be locking you into rank 4s for the whole entire turn unless you manage to not use any other effects going into the battle phase. So let's see what else this deck has. We have a Node Raizeol. It's a Fire Thunder effect monster, level 4, 1400 attack and 1600 defense. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you have an Exceed monster on your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except rank 4 Exceed monsters. You can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one Raizeol monster in your graveyard except Node Raizeol, special summon it in defense position, but its effects are negated. This is literally just a rank 4 spam deck, and I'm going to have so much fun with it because you can put it in with so many other rank 4 engines, but realistically, being able to summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn could come up quite a bit, especially in things like Spriggans. I really like the artwork on this deck, and honestly, the next card is going to be very interesting, to say the least. We have Ice Raizeol. It's a light Pyro effect monster, level 4, 1700 attack and 1000 defense. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and if this card is summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except the rank 4 monsters. If this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Raizeol monster from your deck except Ice Raizeol. So literally they don't want you to get advantage off of this card from a special summon, but realistically I think that's fine because you already have a Searcher and you already have so much more outside of that. Afterwards, let's get into the next level 4. There's 2 more left, and we have X Raizeol. It's a light Pyro effect monster, 500 attack and 2000 defense. You can only special summon this card with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one Exceed monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and if summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except rank 4 monsters. If this card is normal or special summoned, and all face-up monsters you control are level or rank 4 monsters, you can add one Fire Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. You can search out Sprite cards, you can search out other cards from the archetype, so realistically, it's an all-around searcher for any Fire Thunder monster, which could come in handy in the future. Finally, for the last Raizeol main deck monster, we have Palmarol. It's a Fire Thunder effect monster, level 4, 1200 attack and 2400 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must first be special summoned from your hand by shuffling one Raizeol monster from your hand or graveyard into the deck or extra deck. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except rank 4 Exceed monsters, and once per turn if this card battles an opposed monster during the damage calculation, you can send one level 4 monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's until the end of the battle phase. Honestly, really interesting card to say the least, but overall, I definitely think that this is going to be a one of, but still, it's a very good extender just to get into your rank 4s easier and faster. Now let's get into the first Exceed monster of the bunch because there's going to be 2 of them that we have to cover, and this one is Raizeol Duo Drive. It's a Fire Thunder Exceed effect monster, rank 4, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Takes 2+ level 4 monsters, and you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can attach one Raizeol monster from your graveyard to this card as a material. For each material attached to this card, monsters you control gain 100 attack. Also, monsters your opponent controls loses 100 attack. During your main phase, you can detach 2 materials from your Exceed monsters, and if you do, add 2 Raizeol cards with different names from your deck to your hand. This card's relatively very good because it allows you to attach material for free, detach 2 materials from any Exceed on the field, and be able just to say, add 2 Raizeol cards with different names from your deck to your hand, so realistically, a double searcher is always great in my book. Next up, we finally have the cover card of the deck, and realistically, I'm excited to read it. It's Raizeol Dreadnoughter. It is a light pyro effect Exceed, rank 4, 3000 attack, 2500 defense, and it takes 2+ level 4 Raizeol monsters. You can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can attach one monster from your graveyard to this card as a material. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can detach a material from this card, then target one card on the field, destroy it. If another Exceed monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could detach one material from this card instead. So it's a Trident on top of protection, so it's a Trident and Dingrisu together that has to activate in response to a card activation, but you're also able to attach a monster from the graveyard, so you're going to have 3 materials or maybe more no matter what. So realistically, this is a very good boss monster for the deck, and I cannot wait to see what the spell and trap does, as we're still also missing one card, which is most likely a spell that's going to be a card of the day for probably next month. Now let's take a look at this spell card. It is a quick play spell for the deck, and honestly, Raizeol plugin is very interesting since you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Target one Exceed monster or Raizeol monster in your graveyard or your banishment, special summon it, then you can attach one Raizeol card from your deck to your rank 4 monster as a material. Also, you cannot declare an attack for the rest of this turn except with rank 4 Exceed monsters. I mean, getting back the boss monster sounds pretty good from banishment or even the graveyard, or even getting any rank 4 back is very good. And realistically, I definitely see Spriggans working very well with this, because you can go into a whole entire play going into Champion Sargas with a Merrymaker, detaching whatever, getting double searches. I just see a lot of things happening with this, and I cannot wait to see that deck actually finally do something once again. And now let's get to the final card for the deck for now, being Raizeol Hold Thruster. It is a normal trap card, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Target one face-up card your opponent controls up to the number of Raizeol Exceed monsters you control, destroy them, then you can attach one Raizeol card from your graveyard to your rank 4 Exceed monster as a material. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, Exceed summon using monsters you control, including a Raizeol monster. So literally, we have a Exceed summon, quick Exceed summon. And this is literally a very good card. I could definitely see people playing maybe 1 or 2, but definitely a very strong deck in my opinion. This is definitely a contender in the future, depending on how the ban lists line up for both OCG and TCG, because we have no clue how that's going to be affecting the game in the next month to 3 months to even 6 months from now. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video on the new Raizeol archetype. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.